Dirty jokes. A rich man and a poor man were sitting at a bar having a few drinks and they got chatting. After a while they realize both of their wedding anniversaries are the next day. Poor man, what did you get your wife for her wedding anniversary? Rich man, I got her a pink Ferrari and a diamond ring. Poor man, what made you choose those gifts? Rich man, she loves fast cars and I wasn't sure about the ring, so if she doesn't like it, she can take it back in her new car. They. Poor man nods in agreement. Rich man, what did you get your wife? Poor man, I got my wife a pair of cheap slippers and a dildo. Rich man, why did you choose those gifts? Poor man, well, if she doesn't like the slippers she can go f*** herself. Dirty jokes. A man is working a d** store, when a brunette walks in. She asks him how much for the black d** dildo. He replies $50 for the black one, $50 for the white one. She leaves without purchasing anything. A redhead walks in and asks him how much for the white d** dildo. He replies $50 for the white one, $50 for the black one. She doesn't buy anything. A blonde enters the store and asks him how much for a d** dildo. He answers $50 for a black one, $50 for a white one. She asks how much for the plaid one on the shelf behind him. He says, oh, that's a very special one, that's $250. She buys it. At closing, the manager walks in and asks the man how much he sold. The man said, no d** dildos, but I sold your thermos for $250. Military jokes. General Baldwin had barely arrived in the forward area when a sniper's bullet removed a button from his shirt. He threw himself to the ground in terror. The men stood around with the greatest unconcern. The general yelled at a passing sergeant, "Hey, isn't somebody going to kill that damned sniper?" The sergeant looked down at the general and replied, "I guess not, General. We're scared that if we kill him the enemy will replace him with somebody who really knows how to shoot." School jokes. Teacher, Maria, please point to America on the map. Maria, this is it. Teacher, well done. Now class, who found America? Class, Maria did. Racist jokes. How do you find the population of Mexico? Roll a penny down the street. How do you find the richest person in Mexico? See who got the penny. Marriage jokes. A husband and wife were golfing when suddenly the wife asked, "Honey, if I died, would you get married again?" The husband said, "No, sweetie." The woman said, "I'm sure you would." So the man said, "Okay, I would." Then the woman asked, "Would you let her sleep in our bed?" And the man replied, "Yeah, I guess so." Then the wife asked, "Would you let her use my golf clubs?" And the husband replied, "No, she's left-handed." IT jokes. If you put 1,000,000 monkeys at 1,000,000 keyboards, one of them will eventually write a Java program. The rest of them will write Perl programs. Jokes about men. A guy walks into an antique store and buys a grandfather clock. He walks out of the shop with it and accidentally walks into a drunk guy. They both fall over. And the clock gets smashed to bits. The guy says to the drunk, "Why don't you watch where you're going?" And the drunk says, "Why don't you carry a wristwatch like everybody else?" Jokes about life. A guy joins a monastery and takes a vow of silence. He's allowed to say 2 words every 7 years. After the first 7 years, the elders bring him in and ask for his 2 words. "Cold floors," he says. They nod and send him away. 7 more years pass. They bring him back in and ask for his 2 words. He clears his throats and says, "Bad food." They nod and send him away. 7 more years pass. They bring him in for his 2 words. "I quit," he says. "That's not surprising," the elders say. "You've done nothing but complain since you got here." Jokes about life. Religion is a lot more like politics. The only difference is that with religion, you get to confess your own sins.